Hi guys, today I'm going to show you this Techage outdoor Wi-Fi PTZ camera. That's an HD security camera with a lot of features. So it is possible to connect it with Wi-Fi, but also wired through Ethernet to have more stable connection or to have a further range if you want to place it far away outside where you don't have Wi-Fi. But the data connection can be wireless, but regarding power we have to connect it to 110 volts. It's not a battery operated camera, but means of course usually it's working faster. We have some more features than what we have with a battery operated camera. And so here are some of the features. We have full HD, we have wireless data, we have motion detection, full color night vision. So we have assisted white light, which can turn the footage into color, but we have also an infrared option to record in black and white. We have two-way audio, which means it has a microphone and a speaker. We have PTZ. We can move the camera around. It has even automatic tracking. The zoom is only digital. It's not an optical zoom. And it's of course waterproof, and we can run it with a micro SD card. So let's open the box, see what we get. So everything is nicely protected, comes also with the instructions manual. And as we can see, we can even use it on a PC because it has this on-with support. So we can not only use it with one app, we can use it with a lot of different apps and even on our PC. That's also one of the huge advantages. But of course it comes with a free app, that's the ICsee, if you like that. But again, you can also use other apps. Comes with a surveillance sticker, some mounting material, then the Ethernet protection, and of course the power supply. And the camera itself, which makes a really good impression, I would say pretty solid. The antennas can be adjusted to make better Wi-Fi reception. And so you can see you can move the camera up and down. I mean, you can only make it straight. You can not move it up, but you can make it straight and point it down. But we can move the camera almost 360 degrees around. And here we have the speaker, and there's also a microphone built in. And then it's important to remove all the stickers here to have a very clear view. And we get also templates to drill the holes. And we can untighten this screw here, and so we can mount it, for example, on a wall, or we can also mount it on a ceiling, very flexible. To add the microSD card, we have to open the port here. We just push the microSD card inside. By the way, the microSD card is not included, so we can choose whatever we want to use. And here we have the reset button. So we close it nicely to make it waterproof again. And so we can just scan the QR code and then download the app from the App Store. So we plug in the power supply and then connect it to the camera. By the way, here we have the option to connect an Ethernet cable. It's nicely protected here. And here we have a reset button inside if it's needed. At the beginning it comes in factory reset condition, so it should be able to connect. If you can't connect it, you can reset it here or inside here under the lid. So I'm clicking on the plus icon, clicking on Wi-Fi camera. And it's important to be already connected with our phone to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, which we are planning to use then for the camera. After we have connected the camera to the app, we can use any kind of data. We can even use mobile GSM or so. We click on next here, next again. So we enter the Wi-Fi router password here and click on confirm. Click on next. Then we hold the QR code in front of the camera.
Scanning succeeded. Connect the router successfully.
So that was super easy, works straight out of the box. And here it's important to choose if you want to record only alerts or record 24/7. Memory card is detected, so we click on next. And so there's plenty of explanation here. And so the camera should be active. Let's click on play. And now we see the different options which we have if we want to use cloud storage. At the moment I'm going with the SD card itself only, but you can see we have already nice picture. Hope you can see that. So I'll put it outside, going to mount and then test it in real life and show you the footage. And so I've been mounting the camera now outside. I had it outside for 24 hours and it has been doing actually a pretty good job with a few exceptions. I mean, the network quality or actually the responsiveness was actually rather bad. I mean, we can see it has actually pretty good connection there. I mean, it's not too far away from the router, goes through a couple of walls, but it's only about 6 yards away from the router, and we can see the good reception, and usually it does a good job as long as we stay on SD, but as soon as we go to full HD, it's really getting difficult. And I've been trying yesterday, even with a wired connection, I've been using power LAN, which is usually pretty stable and fast, and it didn't work at all. And you can see you often get this error, in particular when you go to UHD. So I highly recommend to only use SD, maybe even try to use a wired connection. And what also helps is, of course, the cloud subscription. Unfortunately, of course, you have to pay for that. But I think there is an option here, which at least at the moment is rather cheap. You can see you can get it with 3 days alarm, which means 3-day rolling cloud for 1 month for 10 cents. If it stays like that, this would be a really good, cheap option. And this can definitely help, especially when you have a slower Wi-Fi or you are a little bit further away from the router, or in general actually. This is what I would recommend if you intend to buy this camera, which is almost a steal. I mean, at least at this price, it's absolutely awesome. It's hard to find anything comparable to that, or actually impossible, but you have to be aware that you almost need the cloud subscription, but 10 cents per month, yeah, that's definitely not much. But apart from the speed, it has been doing a good job. Actually, here we have the events, and I've been using activating the human detection. And when we go back to the last day, I had the tracking activated, and the thing is that we can only activate either the tracking or the human detection. And at the beginning I had activated the tracking, and it caused a ton of false alerts. You can see almost every minute there was a false alert. And then I've removed the tracking and I've activated the human detection, and since then I didn't have any kind of false alerts anymore, except from this one when I activated the camera myself. But other than that, it was really only recording when I was walking in front of the camera. That's pretty cool. Then we have the local storage here from the phone when we have downloaded things. Again, the cloud storage, some personal settings. We can share the camera directly from here with some other people. And then we have the general settings, which is a lot. We have the basic settings, which means it's more or less the installation settings. So we can flip the image up, down, or left, right. We can adjust the rotation speed. We can, do a lot. And we can especially reduce the speaker volume, which I highly recommend because it's really super loud. Then we have the local storage information about the microSD card. Usually you don't have to do anything. Then we have the recording setting. Of course, you want to activate the video recording and the audio recording, and you can limit the packages or the single clips to a certain length. I have it here on 5 minutes, and I think it's a good choice, but you have to figure out what's the best for you. And then of course you have to activate the recording or select the recording quality, which is of course recommended to set at best. And then we have the smart alarms, which has a lot. I mean, especially for this class, it's absolutely awesome what we have. Of course, you can activate, deactivate, you can set or activate the human detection, which I have here. And here's the main thing here with this action, what happens when it detects something. You can activate or deactivate snapshot, just the image which we have seen, then record the video, and then invoke the alarm flashlight for a certain time. And we can even activate an alarm voice, which we have in 3 different options. We can use the bell alarm. So if somebody is approaching camera, they will hear this bell, or we can select the pre-recorded hello, welcome, or we can also do a custom recording. We can use the microphone and then record something and then say hello, welcome to, or you can also activate or record a warning for intruders. That's definitely something which is really nice. Then we have the push settings here for the app, and you can also show human trace and set other rules. There's really a lot which you can do already in the free version where you don't have to pay subscription. You can also set alarm periods here and change the sensitivity in 3 different settings. Then we have the network settings, cloud service, and some other advanced settings here. The automatic tracking, which is only possible when we don't have the human detection. Then of course you want to have the live footage here. I'm just going to the SD because again I'm not capable to do the full HD because it would be stuck, but usually it works pretty nice. I think the footage is not too bad. And then from this page we have a lot of options. It's actually the page where we have the most options. We can activate the microphone here and talk to somebody. We can activate the speaker so we can hear what's going on at the camera. If there's somebody, we can start recording directly here and then share it. I mean, save to our mobile phone, share it from there, and same thing with the picture here, and then use the full control to move the camera left and right. And as you can see, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's very slow and laggy. As you can see, I click here all the time and it's barely moving. Now I'm trying to move it down. Yeah, now it works, but sometimes it's really super laggy. So what I recommend to use is this preset, and that's really nice thing and something which not a lot of cameras have. I have done 3 presets. Here's the one for the left side. You can see that works pretty fast. Here I have one on the right side, and here I have one in the center which I'm using to track and monitoring. I think it's the best area here. I mean, what you can see, the angle is not very wide, so we are in a corner and we can't see the whole thing, so the field of view is below 90 degrees, maybe it's 70 or 80 degrees, and that's the only area which it can track. We can move the camera left, right, we can almost rotate it 360 degrees, but the only area which is monitored, of course, is the area which you see currently in the camera. If you have pointed the camera here to the back, it won't record, or it won't detect any intruder. So for that reason I have this preset here, and that works pretty good. And then we have the local recording if you don't want to use the paid cloud subscription. So we have the 24/7 recording when we have the microSD card, and we have activated the 24/7 recording, so we can go to any time, let's say during the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you can see it's playing now from the micro SD card. That's a live playback from the night. So absolutely no problem. It's slower than the cloud, but we have this recording possibility. And what's also good, we can select if we want to have the regular recording like the 24/7 or only the events. And because of the human detection, we didn't have anything today. That's really cool. You can see the human detection is doing a great job. So there's absolutely nothing today. And I can tell you, I haven't been here the whole day, but I have been here in front of the camera yesterday, and you can see the red marks, and this is when something has happened. I have activated human detection around here, and you can see these have been the last recordings here. I've been doing some tests, and you can see it has been detecting, and you can see also here the colorful night vision. That's using the Illumination, the white light. I can show you how to activate that later. Of course, it's a little bit lagging here with the microSD card, but we can still see the colorful footage. And then later I think I have also a black and white option for you. Yeah, that's the black and white. Let's make it also a little bit larger, and you can see the illumination is pretty good with the infrared light. I would say it has been doing a good job, so we cannot complain about that. And then here again the night vision and alarm settings, especially actually the light settings. So either we can choose the full color, which is the floodlight. As soon as we are approaching this area, it will activate the floodlight, which is pretty strong, not super strong, but it gives here in this case illumination to the whole area here. And then we have the infrared vision, where nobody can see anything. I mean, usually the infrared, you can see it on the camera itself, but it won't illuminate the area. So this is the best option when you have neighbors really close to you, so you won't disturb your neighbors. But of course you will have only black and white. And then you have the double light alert, which is the blue and red flash blinking as soon as you are approaching the camera. So overall, I would say it's not a bad thing, especially when we consider the price. Price is absolutely awesome. There is almost, or yeah, really no competition in this price range if you can get it for such a low price, and it has really everything what you need already included. But probably you will need a wired connection, or have to be really close to the router to have a really good, fast, stable connection. I mean, this is just for the live view. If you just want to see the recordings or the alerts, you can do the cheapest cloud subscription for the 10 cents or so, and then you can also work with that. So I would say, why not, especially if you are on some kind of a budget or so. This could be an awesome option. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.